What's up, guys? Brendan from Market Makers. False bottoms. Did we make a true bottom or a false bottom? That's what we're going to determine. We're going to do a volume analysis here on Bitcoin and see if this truly is a bottom, if people can start buying. That's what everybody wants to know. So let's go ahead and jump right into this, guys. You can check out our website, marketmakers.trade, and get a 40% discount on the membership if you would like to come, get some education, come join a fantastic community with 6,000 people on our Discord. All right, let's see what we got here, guys. So is this the bottom? Can we move up from here? Well, a couple of things. Let's talk about our support level first. I can't find a fib that lines up perfectly with this Gann angle, but look how we hit this on the dollar on an ascending angle, okay? Land it here on Gann. So we did drop, as you guys know, when I left you guys, let me go flip over to the weekly real quick. When I left you guys in the last video, we were just looking at maybe re-entering the Wyckoff accumulation range, and of course we did, okay? So we really need to look at our support levels, but we need to determine, is this an actual bottom for Bitcoin? I have a lot of concerns here. And I'll show you why right here. Do you see that wick on this candle? This is also called a shadow in Japanese candlestick trading. That wick is extremely small. So in Wyckoff, we have volume spread analysis, okay? Volume spread analysis is when you see candles and buying in climax candles, buying climax. Look at the shadow on this candle. You see the demand there? Supply being dumped on a candle. You see that in a buying climax, and then you get a reaction and you drop. Here's a demand wick, you get a reaction and you pump up. So when you look at this and you zoom out, we have some good examples like this on December 4th. Look at the shadow on this candle, okay? More than half the candle is shadow. So this is exactly what you want to see when there is a strong demand for the area that you just hit. And I don't see that right here on this candle at all. Now, does it mean that it is truly a false bottom? No, but let's do a volume analysis here. We're going to look at a couple of different things. First, let's go ahead and look at our supply and demand zones. Here's our demand zone. You see this? Strong demand zone. You can see all the stars or dots or whatever they are, because you have this range of candles here that's being held as support that's moving price up and down. Strong demand zone, strong supply zone, because you're able to keep price in check. So here's your supply and demand zone. And when you look at this, this is all the way down. Let me pull this up so we can see this a little bit because I can't see the price. This is down at 37. 37.1, okay? 37.1. Now, if we start looking at some different volume indicators here, let's turn this off and let's look at my VWAP strategy. This is 8 different VWAPs from predetermined points. It's actually a fractal-based strategy. I've been backtesting it. It works pretty well. You can see we fell right through our demand zone here, okay? So here's our supply zone. Here's the hard line of supply coming through price. We fell through our last support here on the demand zone. I don't think this is going to be our bottom. We don't have a demand wick here. We have too much candle body. We have a doji that formed that is weak support. Remember, in Wyckoff, you want to get action, reaction, right? You want to see action, reaction. In other words, I've showed you this example in the last video, but you can see it again. Just do it quickly here. You have a buying climax candle. You get supply dumped on you. You get a reaction. You get a demand wick. You get a price increase, okay? Action, reaction. Because we dumped, we should be doing this. We should be making our Wyckoff ceiling. This should be our Wyckoff base, our Wyckoff ceiling. Because we have almost zero reaction, because we have no demand wick here, this tells me I think this is primed to go further down. Remember, tomorrow is the CPI report from the Fed. This is going to show the inflation numbers, and if this comes in hot, which is widely expected to come in hot, meaning high inflation, inflation that is not in check, that is higher than the previous report, guys, tech could continue to sell off, okay? And if tech continues to sell off, Bitcoin moves with tech, I think you're going to come test a new bottom. So let's see if we can figure this out. Let's go ahead and jump over to the 8-hour time frame. 8-hour time frame, you can see my Gann angles, how price just filtered through the Gann angles, using them as support, falling through, and here we are on the last line of support. Here's our Wyckoff trading range, and you can see here on the 8-hour time frame a couple of different things. Let's go ahead and throw on our VPV, our volume profile. This is a trading view indicator, guys, so if you want to see this, you can get it at a trading view. Here's our point of control right here. That's exactly where price fell to. Price fell to the peak of volume. Remember, volume is support and it's resistance. Now here's your problem. Let's go ahead and pull this. Let's pull more candles in. Let's go all the way back. This is December. Do you see your peak volume? Okay, your price is right here. This is your peak volume. If you lose this area, you're doing this. Volume is tucking in. That means it's easier to fall down, okay? And then you'll be visiting these ranges. So that means it's a lot easier to fall down if you don't have volume as support. So really you're getting awfully close to an area in Bitcoin that you may not be able to climb back up from easily. Look at the size of the volume here. Okay, that's going to be resistance above you. Let's go ahead and zoom this back in. Let's look at a couple different indicators here. Let's turn that off. Let's look at Ichi. So this is an 8-hour time frame. On the Ichi cloud here, we fell through this on the 8-hour time frame as well. Of course, on the daily time frame, I forgot to show you this, but on the daily time frame, because we talked about this last video, so let me just go ahead and follow up with that because we did exactly what we said could happen when price kept declining. Remember, we talked about this for whatever this was, a couple of weeks, about how price would come around and punch through the weaker part of the resistance, and price, if it continued to fall, it wants to fall through this weak part of support. Okay, a lot more difficult to fall through fat part of support. Here you can move down much easier. Okay, so let's go back to the 8-hour time frame. On the 8-hour time frame, it is a fatter support cloud. It didn't matter, we still fell right through it. Let me go ahead and turn that off. Let's look at our volume effort. Let's see how much effort was required to actually move these candles down. Okay, this gives you a good idea. This is part of volume spread analysis in Wyckoff. The blue bars here are significant of normal effort. So this wasn't a 2 sigma, a 3 sigma, or a 4 sigma event. Again, this makes me think this is not the true bottom. This was very easy. Normal volume candles were able to bring down price. So we go ahead and look at our volume here. These are just normal, above average, above the 21 EMA volume. Our volatility is expanded. Accumulation is down. You can see our volume oscillator is red. So again, this just looks like it's coming down some more, but let's get some more confluence here in the other time frames. Oh guys, and Mary, if you're watching, I have Doge for you afterwards. So stick around to the very end. I'll spend just a couple minutes on Doge because it was requested. So let's go ahead and look at the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame's been tracking very accurately. As you guys remember last video, we were just starting to dip into the Wyckoff accumulation as I was recording actually, and I said I hope we don't come back into the Wyckoff accumulation because this is very bearish. We have this price, or the pattern now has dropped price 18%, guys. This Gartley pattern on the weekly time frame, 18.75% price drop based off this pattern. So, you know, these patterns can be extremely powerful and you can learn these in our room. Let's go ahead and get our support levels because this has been tracking amazingly accurate. So let's go ahead and throw this back on here. As you guys know, we revisited here at point A, 32.9 already. Okay, so we visited point A at 32.9. If you look where price is, it's between the 786 and 886. The next line of support, when you're between fibs like this, unless you can pull back up, that's going to take bullish momentum, and I don't see that in the smaller time frames. Most likely you're going to descend, and that number is 37K. So 37K, and if you cannot hold 37K, you're coming to the 1 fib at 32.9. And I put this white line across here all the way from the reaccumulation, the beginning of the bull run. This line right here at 29,156, if you don't hold 32.9, you're going down to make new lows in the market. You're going to test these new lows areas. You'll be beneath these, in my opinion. If you lose 32.9, you're going to see a lot of bearish momentum, and you'll be holding your breath here because where will Bitcoin go? Well, we'll have targets for that when it comes to it. I don't want to make this a 20-minute video for you guys, but for now, understand that I think you're going to be pulling down towards 37K. If you can't hold 37K, you're going to 32.9 because this fib has been tracking hyper accurately. Let me show you this on Gann as well. Obvious, right? I'm just kidding. Let me go ahead and zoom in for you. This is what you do when you don't have a life and you just do TA all day, guys. So this is my Gann masterpiece. So this is Gann time cycles mixed in with Gann box. And if you look at this, we fell below our Gann angle here, okay? So we fell below, so now that's resistance. And of course, the next level of support here on Gann is 36.4. So 37K in Fibonacci, 36.4 in Gann. And because we are below this, the bias for this with any type of negative sentiment, whether we keep retesting this or we just start descending, is to bounce down here to the 0.5 retracement, okay? So this is another just area of confluence that I have with Gann, that I have with Fibonacci, and that I have with the volume spread analysis of the candle not showing any type of demand wick like this. This is what we want. We want this big demand wick to send price up, okay? Just like over here. Big demand wick, you get price ascension. We have nothing here. So I do believe this is a false bottom. Okay, just keep that in mind as you watch what happens with price. Let's go ahead really quickly and look at Doge. Just was a request. So Doge, what is Doge doing? Doge is trading at 13.5. So 13.5. Let's go ahead and see if I have a pattern here, which I believe I do. I believe it's my pattern, one of my fib patterns. And let's see. Yep, we do. So let's look at this. We can go ahead and get some targets here and see what Doge is doing. We go ahead and pull this here and see what we're holding, maybe the 618. So we're just at the 618, the most commonly retraced to fib, okay? So if you can hold the 618, and keep in mind, if you can't hold the 618, if Bitcoin does keep falling tomorrow or this week, and you are just above the 618, you're looking at 12 cents, and then you're looking at 11 and a half cents, and then the one fib is 10 cents, 10 and a half cents basically. I don't know why I'm struggling with this today, but 10 and a half cents basically, okay? So let's go ahead and get an upward projection as well for you and see where this could go. If Bitcoin, maybe the inflation number comes in really good and maybe Bitcoin then starts moving up. Well, we can do this a couple of ways. Let's see what we can do here. Let's try it from this way for trend-based fib. Your one fib where you would want to get back to would be almost 16 cents, and then you're at 14 cents with the 618, which you got to defeat these resistances. The 1618 would be 19 cents, okay? So that's just a wave projection back up. Let me see if we can change this and get a closer wave projection, see how much the numbers change. We'll take the point C, let's swing low up to your high. We don't know if this is the bottom. We're just going to pretend that it is, okay? So your 618 then basically comes back to where you fell from at 17, almost 18 cents. Your one fib brings you up to 20 cents. And in a super bullish situation, the 1618 phi, the golden ratio, would be at 25 cents. So that's for you, Mary. So make sure you like and subscribe. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you with this. Tomorrow, when the report comes out, I'll get a video out early. If the markets do shift, it'll be really interesting to watch. Remember, watch 37K if Bitcoin starts to fall. And then if you lose 36, 37, 32.9, guys, line in the sand. We do not want to lose 32.9. We will descend, and in my opinion, we'll be testing new lows. All right. Appreciate you guys' support. Thanks everybody for watching. Another video coming tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody.